Is this what normal people do? I think that's what I did last week. This is what great friendships are made of. Morning, Pete. Morning, Grace. Morning, Trainiacs. Despite yesterday telling you that this weekend was going to be a complete rest weekend, I still am gonna go out and train a little bit. Just a little. The air in my tires is actually increasing in pressure because I filled it up when it was colder, and then as it gets warmer, it goes trippy, eh? Yeah, so when I talk about recovery and rest, I often tell you all that a complete rest day off is not always necessary, that it's only necessary occasionally. Tomorrow and Monday are gonna be complete rest days, but my buddy Scott, he is all about like really slow, easy rides right now. And I figured, what the hell, we'll go out for a really easy ride and call it active recovery today. Now, you see the trick to all that is that you've actually got to go out and do an easy ride. It's really easy and quick to see everyone else pushing and working hard and saying, you know what, I can do that. That's way more fun than just sitting back here tootling around and burying yourself into a bigger hole than you already are because you're not actually resting and you're working. I think that's what I did last week. But Scott is a very good man for holding back egos because he will literally grab you by the shoulder and say, easy fella. Funny story actually about this red jersey that I got underneath. That jersey is actually from an event where I met Coach Pat. I'll tell the Coach Pat meetup story when I get back later today. For now, easy bike ride.
Almost feel sad for the people that live here with how poor they must be.
Well, look who got here first. That's been a rarity lately.
What are you doing?
Good. That changes.
Okay, so easy?
Yep.
You're into easy? It's on camera, so you better hold yourself to that.
Well, 50 meters later and I got a soft flat. But considering the test results that came back yesterday, it said, dude, you gotta rest a little bit. I'm gonna take this as a message from the world that I need to rest a little bit. So we're gonna get myself just enough air to get home. I'm gonna call that my workout for the day. Well, that sucks. But sometimes you just gotta listen to what the world gives you. Get it, world, I get it, I got your hint. Point taken. So, the history of how I met Coach Pat is kind of like, he basically just inherited me as a friend. I don't think he ever chose me. I just got handed off and I kept showing up, so he really had no choice. So the third guy that's doing the swim with Pat and I, his name is Jacques Marcoux. Jacques was friends with me through university and Pat through triathlon. A few years later, Jacques and I signed up for a charity bike ride. This one here, I think it was quite a century, but it was 140, 150K. And that morning of the race, Jacques and I woke up and the race was coming from a town way out west of the city all the way into the city, and the wind was straight east into us. Jacques calls me and he says, I think we need reinforcements for this. At 5:30 in the morning, he calls Pat, who I was not friends with at the time, and Jacques says, hey, I got a charity ride that's going on in about an hour and a half. You wanna ride a century with me? And Pat goes, well, I mean, I was gonna ride 120K, but yeah, I'm in, okay. He leads the entire ride from the front into the wind, like, whole thing, not even a little bit of a break. Here, look at this. This is a picture. There's Pat, there's Jacques, there's chubby Taren. And that was the very first workout, effort, bike ride, run, swim, anything that I had done with Pat. And then 4 years ago, when we did the long swim together, 27 kilometers in Lac du Bonnet. I've talked about it about 24 times. If you're here for the first time, now you know that we did a marathon swim, Pat and I, and we're doing another one in 5 weeks from now. There you go, now you're caught up. That suffering that we went through over the course of 8 hours that day, 4 years ago, was a pretty serious bonding experience. And since then, thick as thieves. And here we are doing something ridiculous again in the river. And he coaches me and makes me hurt. Sometimes I have tears coming out of bike rides that I go on with him. And he runs so fast that his easy pace is my threshold, blinding pace. And he swims away from me and leaves me to drown. This is what great friendships are made of.
Fun, guys.
Well, seeing as how not running or biking or swimming around the world today, we're gonna go for our awesome breakfast falafel. Is this what normal people do on the weekend mornings?
That's what they do.
Oh.
Hi.
Make a move.
There we go.
Thank you.
Exactly. Just black.
No, thank you.
So this is falafel place. They have awesome vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free falafels, breakfast, toast, everything. Breakfast.
You guys have everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was how I met Pat.
I have that picture the first day you met Pat.
I showed them the picture of meeting Pat. That was the first time I'd ever done anything with Pat.
Little did you know,
Had Pat acknowledge me in public with other people around.
Pat's,
He's the quiet cool.
he is very quiet cool.
Yeah.
And little did you know, he'd become such a good friend, and
We soap up together in the shower. He doesn't whip me in the shower, but we soap up together in the shower.
that wasn't what I was implying. I meant whip you overall in a life sense.
Everywhere but the shower is where he whips me, yeah.
I hope Pat's wife watches this, she'll snicker.
And bam! Posted. And zing! Posted. And blurp. Posted. Ladies and germs, trainiacs from around the world, I present to you the Triathlon Taren and Coach Pat coaching programs hosted on teachable.com. Don't go to teachable.com. That's not where you want to be. That's just what is powering the back end of it, so that you know everything is run on a very safe, secure, payment approved, gigantic company with years and years of history and clients all around the world. Not some sketchy, blonde, blue-eyed Winnipegger hosting it on his own server and gonna plan on flying away to Russia with his 2 dogs and Kim. Not me, just somebody else out there. I'm not gonna talk a whole lot about him today because we'll need more time. Tomorrow, I'll give you the entire once through, but if you now go to triathlontaren.com/coaching, or if you go to triathlontaren.com and click on coaching, you will now be taken to our training plans. We started with 3, a sprint, an Olympic, and a half Ironman beginner. I want to give everyone a discount who comes in early and takes part in helping us make it better. For the next month, there will be a 20% discount code, Trainiac20. And if you enter that, you'll get 20% off, and all the updates that come out as we make it better and you give us feedback on what you want and what isn't clear, you'll get all that good improved stuff. And the plans also don't expire. If you know you've got a race coming up later in the year, but you're just not ready to start the program now, buy the program now, take the 20% off, and keep that program for as long as you need. And I think that that is a fantastic place to end the vlog. Tomorrow, I'll do like some whole screen cap walking through the whole thing, explaining all the little bits and pieces about what we set up and why we set it up the way we set it up. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Later, Trainiacs. I'll see you tomorrow.